Hi everyone, it's Adyel here and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a pretty long time, but the content of this video will for the most part explain why I kind of fell off recently. So the last time I felt like this or like open up like this on camera was for my high school experience video, and if you haven't seen that, I definitely advise you check that out because that was 6 months of my 2017, some of it obviously, and it's a big part of what shaped me into who I am today. And I just talked about a lot of deep real stuff in that video, so if you want to learn more about me and like hear me open up more, I definitely recommend to go watch that video. Even maybe watch that video before this one if you haven't already. I will link it on the screen and down below for you guys. But wow, okay, so I've known for about a month that I wanted to do this video. I don't even know where to start, but from how I personally feel like I should format this video, I'm basically gonna do like a little story time, I guess, or just map out and tell you guys about my year and do like a 2017 reflection, just a pure reflection on my thoughts, and I'm just gonna ramble a bit. And then I actually found a few questions online that I want to go through and answer because I feel like they also will pinpoint certain things instead of me like rambling on and on. And then at the end, I actually have something I recently read that I wanted to read to you guys, and I just want to give you guys some inspiration for 2018. And I know it's super cliche to be like, oh, like next year is my year, like I'm gonna change my life around, all that stuff, because if you think about it, like nothing really changes, you just go into another year. But how I see it is, without years, I feel like people wouldn't feel that sense of fresh start and that inspiration and that push. And I really do have a lot of thoughts and things that I want to say and address, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start. And before I do, I just want to thank you guys for all the love in 2017. It was a rocky year for me YouTube wise, with the algorithm, just a lot of stuff, and it would mean the world if you aren't subscribed to hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on, and stay tuned for your girls' big moves in 2018, because I'm not giving up and I have some big plans. Okay, 2017. Okay, so I would say the past few years, or like my teenage years or being in high school, I've never really had like amazing years where I'm like, oh my god, like this was the best year ever, you know. But like 2017 was a year that really beat me up. Don't get me wrong, and I want to put this out there right now. I'm very blessed and I had a lot of amazing things that did happen to me this year, and of course I'm not ignoring those, or I don't want to seem like ungrateful for the things that I do have and the amazing things that did happen to me, and I am going to address both negatives and positives. But overall, this year mentally, I think, beat me down. Like, I'm gonna try my best not to get like emotional or anything, but one thing I do want to do in 2018 is open up a lot more to you guys. I used to do that all the time and I feel like I had more connection, and I want to get that back. So anyway, okay, so going into 2017, I had a lot of mixed thought. I had just turned 18, and by the way, I just turned 19, so I'm excited, like kind of going into the new year. It's like a whole new age too, so I kind of like it. It's like kind of refreshing. I had a lot of mixed thoughts. I had a lot of toxic, draining, negative vibes being in high school. I'm not going to touch too much into the first 6 months of my 2017 because I touched a lot about that in my high school experience video. Being in such a toxic environment really affects you mentally. It makes you have toxic thoughts. It literally drains you. It makes you depressed. No joke, like I just remember so often in high school going home and just napping, like just because it was so draining. I did try and grind a lot. I had some moments, but I also had a lot of downfalls because I felt like my work wasn't getting the payoff that I was putting into it. I felt like I was putting in so much work and getting like no results because of the algorithm and just being beat up. And like, I know it's not about views, it's not about subscribers or anything like that, but to be consistently uploading Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and to see results sometimes and it fluctuate, and then you know, it starts to get to you because you start to wonder if it's you. And I know it's not me. The whole system is really just messed up. Not even gonna go into that. Like, all of that really just drained me and beat me down. So that, a combination of that, still being in high school, waiting to graduate, waiting to start my life, and you guys know I was so excited to graduate, and I am still so happy that it's 6 months since graduation. Like, don't even get me wrong, but your girl went through it. So, you know, I made my high school experience video, and then I went into the summertime, and like I said, if you want to know more about like how I actually felt and like all that sort of stuff, you can watch that, because I don't want to just sit here and reiterate it. So then I went into the summer, and by the way, I'm trying to keep a lot of things a little bit broad, and I promise you guys in a future video, like within the next month, I'm going to open up a lot more about certain situations and certain topics. But right now I feel like it's something that I'm not ready to touch on yet. It's something that I do want to open up about, but I don't feel like right now is the right timing. I feel like I do need to sit on those thoughts and sit on like the feelings and everything for a good while. And in 2018, definitely in January, I'm going to be filming another sort of like deep video and definitely open up about a lot more. Please just be respectful. I would appreciate if no one really speculates or interrogates, I guess, because I promise you guys I try and open up as much as I possibly can, just for the sake of my sanity for a little while. I definitely need to take me time and focus on rebuilding and like stuff like that. So if I'm being a little bit vague, please understand that, because I did want to open up to you guys about this year, but I just don't feel comfortable going into like every single scenario or every single specific thing or explaining the depth of certain things, or at least not yet. And when I do, I don't think I'm ever gonna fully go into certain things, but we'll see. Anyways, so going into the summer, it was kind of bittersweet because I was really excited and looking forward to moving to Los Angeles, and I was also very sad because it was my last 2 months with my loved ones, my family and friends that were staying over here and that I was leaving behind. And I feel like, you know, looking back on summer 2017, it was kind of draining because the whole time it kind of felt like, oh, okay, like I have 8 weeks, like I have a lot of time, like everything's good. But while it was all happening, it was all just kind of a blur. Like it all just fell, and suddenly I was like, crap, like I'm flying out today, like I'm moving today. It was just very overwhelming, a lot of trying to balance time with everyone and just a lot of things. And I just felt like I was at a point where I wasn't yet putting my all into my career, and just what I was focusing on in the summer was spending time with loved ones. And I was extremely happy that I was graduated, but I do feel like I didn't really get to feel it as much. I don't really know like how to explain it that much. But okay, so fast forward August, I moved out to LA, and you guys know that has been my dream forever, and I'm so blessed and I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful, and I love living there, and I'm looking forward to go back and taking on this new chapter of my life for sure. 2018, being on that grind. I have so many just things, but the past 4 months of my life have consisted of a lot of obstacles, and moving was not easy for me. And of course, while moving to LA is such an amazing thing, I did struggle a lot. And the first 2 months, so from August to October, I honestly don't think it started getting better until mid-November, like after I came back from New York, and that period where I was gonna go back to New York again for Thanksgiving, like in between that period, that was when it started to get better. And then when I came back after Thanksgiving, and now I feel like I'm fully ready to go back. But okay, so long story short, and unfortunately this is kind of where I have to be vague a little bit because I can't expand too much right now about a lot of the stuff that was holding me back the past 4 months. But like I said, up until like November, the first 2 months living out there, it was pretty rough, and nothing to do with anything other than just like my mental state. So when my mom and my brother left from moving me in and my dad was home at the time, my dad had to stay back home for work, but I was fine for 2 weeks. The thing is, I've always been the type of person where I'm very independent, but I always liked like being around people. So for example, like on the weekends when I'd be home, I didn't like to spend one single weekend. Like Sundays I would chill by myself, and those would be my chill days. But Fridays and Saturdays, I wanted to go out, I wanted to be with people, I wanted to do things. Like that's always been the type of person I am. I've never really, before I moved, it's actually funny because it kind of changed now, but before I moved, I actually did not like being alone. I always liked having someone's company. I would get like depressed if I was just like by myself. So it was very hard to be across the country, and I literally, no joke, had 0 people. Like I had nobody. And I didn't start school until October, keep that in mind too. So I didn't even have the chance to really meet people. I mean, I went to a few events and like I met a few people, but nothing to where I could like call someone up, be like, hey, come over, hey, do little things like this with me. So it was a lot of just strictly alone time, FaceTiming people, and it was so hard on me to see like all my loved ones at home. Like for a while I contemplated like, why did I even move here? Like, was my dreams and taking this risk worth it if I'm not surrounded with people that I love? And I started to regret my decision. Like I love LA, you guys know this. I love FITM, I love YouTube, I love everything out there. And it's so sad because I was in such a bad mental state that I wasn't appreciating what was around me. Like simply just looking out my window in LA just like makes my mood so much better, because it's just like a dream to me. Like it's so surreal just like looking out. But I started to really get in a very bad state, seeing my close family and friends get to be together and I couldn't. Like it was really bad. But that's why I made the decision to come home a weekend in October, and then I came home again for Thanksgiving, and I'm home now for Christmas. And I really am glad that I made those decisions, because it made the transition way easier to see people that I love. And I feel like once I go back, it's not going to be as hard, and I'm kind of in the routine now, and I have met people, which is amazing. Those first 2 months, I tried to keep myself occupied. I tried doing little things, but I honestly fell off a lot. And I honestly initially wanted to make this video because of how proud I was of how I overcame that. Because I was really shook at myself, because I went from someone who needed to be with people all the time and all this stuff, and now I'm really independent. Like I actually enjoy being in my little apartment alone, and like it's come to a point where I feel like when you move by yourself, you learn a lot about yourself. You find a lot out about yourself, and you kind of become like your own best friend. Like you learn what you can handle, you learn just so much, and I'm really proud that I stuck with it, because I feel like I really came a long way. And you know, it's hard, there's obstacles, but at the end of the day, I'm really proud of myself, because I'm taking this risk and doing this scary thing and making the sacrifice of being far away from my loved ones. And you know, I don't know when I'm gonna see like any of my loved ones next, so that's kind of like scary too. But the fact that I'm making this sacrifice for myself, and also I have realized the past 4 months I haven't taken advantage of where I'm at. I have not used it to the fullest potential. I have not been in my headspace. I have not been in my grind whatsoever. A lot of traveling had an impact on me too, like when I travel, and then I had finals and just a lot of schoolwork, so that impacted me. But another pro of 2017 was I can finally say I truly have met some amazing friends and people. Growing up in the same town my entire life and being around the same people, my circle was very, very small. And you know, I still have my guard up. I still watch, and you know, I don't have like a huge circle now or anything, but I definitely had, you know, if you guys know, I have like my girl YouTube friends, but besides that, I only have my best girlfriend back home is Erica. You guys may remember her. And I've just had very bad experiences with just a lot of girls in general, and I'm definitely gonna be going into that and like my fake friends, girl talk, get ready with me, and all that sort of stuff. I've just had such terrible experiences, and I have definitely met some amazing people, and it's just crazy to me. Like, I was thinking, even on my birthday, like people that I just recently met, like having so much love and support for me, and really just, I don't know, it's just amazing to me and shocking to me. And that's why like I feel like I'm ready to get to a point in 2018 where I continue to grow and meet new people and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so now I'm here, and it's been a year of growing. It's been a lot of mental back and forth, and like I said, right now I'm not going super into it, but there are like a few other things that really did beat me up this year, and I'll definitely go into that in another video. But there was my little summary, and now I'm actually gonna go into a few questions. The other day I looked in my subscription box, and a girl with the username Vagabond Youth posted a video, 10 questions to reflect on for the past year, and it has 10 questions, and I was like, oh, I want to include that in my 2017 reflection video. So that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. So the first question is, where were you this time last year? So this time last year I had just turned 18 years old, and like I said, I was in a very negative headspace. I was still stuck in high school when I really felt like I didn't need to be anymore. I wanted to get the hell out. I wanted to start my life. I wanted to branch away, but I also felt very conflicted because I didn't want to rush away the few good parts in my life at the time. So I would say I was at a better headspace than I am now, if I'm being quite honest. And that leads into number 2, where are you now? So I already pretty much answered that, but now I am here, and I'm truly ready for just a year of me next year. I don't really care if that sounds selfish, but for once I feel like I really do have to be selfish. I am ready to get rid of all of the toxic situations, energies, people, vibes, everything of 2017. Some people are going to be getting dropped like that ball on New Year's Eve, but I'm just ready to just rid myself, remove myself, physically take myself and remove myself from just all of that in 2018. I want to literally put 100% of my energies and everything into myself, my well-being, my happiness, my success. I really want to just change my entire life around. I really want to become a more positive person, and removing myself from toxic situations I feel like will really help that. I don't want to ever feel down about myself or anything that I'm doing, and I feel like I have never fully pushed myself to my highest potential. I've always had something dragging me back, and I've always had little voices in my head. And in 2018, I literally just want to strive to be the best version of myself. I feel like it's going to be a year of not so much finding myself, because I feel like this year was definitely a year of that, but I feel like next year is definitely like a healing year. A year where I like implement those foundations that I really want to live my life based around. So yeah, that's where I'm at now, I guess I'd say. So, alright, if you can describe your year in 3 words, what would they be? Ooh, 3 words. I would say chaotic, change, just in everything. It's a huge year of change. Just everything in my life changed. Like, everything I've ever known for my whole entire life flipped around and changed. So, I'd say chaotic, change, and I guess you could say realization. That is another word. I feel like I realized a lot about myself, a lot about certain situations, and yeah, So number 4, what are you grateful for? I'm grateful for the support that I've gotten from my family and friends, and also my new friends that I've met. I'm grateful for all of you guys and all of your endless love and support. I am grateful for being able to even move to LA, for being able to get an education at FITM, for being able to just simply live life. Number 5, what goals did you accomplish? Moving to LA and starting school, for sure. And then 6, what goals did you not accomplish? I did not accomplish anything really that I wanted to do career-wise. I definitely fell off a lot, so that's a no-no. Number 7, what brought you the most joy in 2017? Wow, it's sad that I have to like think about this. I think what brought me the most joy in 2017 was graduating. That brought me so much joy this year. And is it bad to say like myself? I don't know. I feel like I had to really rely on myself for a lot of joy that I had this year. So I don't think that's bad to say. Okay, 8, what new habits have you acquired? I guess like the habit of like being okay with being alone, being independent, if that counts. Number 9, what old habits are you leaving? I'm gonna try to leave a lot. Habits, I want to say like doubting, dwelling, overthinking, and procrastinating. Those would probably be the habits that I'm definitely leaving. Number 10, what do you want to achieve in 2018? So I already told you guys, I just want to achieve just happiness. That's all I really want. And I actually wanted to read something to you guys. I quoted this on my Twitter, and I saw this today actually, and this is actually what made me decide, you know what, I'm getting up and I'm filming this today. I came across this thread of different signs and their 2016, 2017, and 2018 year summaries. And I'm a Capricorn. I'm not too into astrology and all of that stuff. Like, I am aware of certain basic principles of some signs, but I'm not one of those girls that's like super into it and knows everything about it. And I also try not to bet on that sort of stuff too much. But when I read this, I was like, wow, okay. So I'm going to read you what it said for my 2016, 2017, and 2018, and I feel like that's the perfect way to end off the video. So 2016, you are supposed to learn how to have vision. Despite being strong-minded, Caps are known for being malleable, if not gullible. They easily adopt other people's ideals as their own, and this was the year to break out of that. It was time for you to learn how to think and feel autonomously, and the chances that succeeded those revelations seem nothing short of miraculous. So I definitely do think 2016, that was when my end of junior year and beginning of senior year. And to be completely honest with you, I think that is nothing but true. I think 2016, I really realized my worth, and I realized to stop letting other people get in my head and thinking about what other people think about me and like all that sort of stuff. So I definitely can relate. And 2017, you were supposed to get clarity on what's not working. This was the year that didn't hold back, and it didn't at all. You saw what doors were closed, you saw people's true colors and intentions, you saw which business ventures were becoming fruitful and which weren't true. You couldn't fool yourself if you tried this year. The only question was how long it would take for you to finally choose to pivot. And honestly, facts. I think it took me all year. So my 2018, which I was really like, whoa, and I can only hope that it's like this, but it's just crazy to me like how accurate these are, and like going through like my friends and families too, I'm like, wow, okay. But 2018, you're supposed to start a journey into the unknown, which I think is like so true. This is a year in which you will do things you've never done before, perhaps live in or visit places you've never been, try work you've never done. This is the year that you will surprise yourself with your capability, and you will see all your past regrets dissolve now that you are truly living for your own best interest, not your preoccupation with someone else. And I definitely hope that is the case. Definitely a little bit nerve-wracking and a little bit scary, but I think it's about damn time that I focus on myself and I put all my energy into myself, and that I'm selfish for once, and that I really put my foot forward and do everything to set myself up for greatness. Take those risks, do everything that I wanted to do, and literally no distractions, just me, myself, and I'm excited. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I do apologize that I didn't like go super into detail, but I did want to open up to you guys, and I don't know, this year, man, I am very happy that it's coming to an end. And like I said in the beginning, it sounds very cliche, like, oh, everything's suddenly gonna change, but it definitely is a fresh start, and I definitely think that a lot of the stuff that's been going on in my life, it just feels refreshing, because it's like going into the new year, it's like a fresh start, and I can drop a lot of just toxic things and really just refresh myself, rejuvenate myself, live for me, live for my happiness. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that in some way it inspired you, or it made you happy, or that you like that I open up like this. And just know I'm not sure how exactly it's gonna go beginning of 2018, because I am gonna be going back to LA at the end of the first week of January. So while I'm here, I would prefer not to film like crazy and edit like crazy, because I do want to savor and enjoy the time that I have with my loved ones here before I have to go my separate way. It might actually be like the longest that I'm gonna go without seeing a lot of people from what I know now. So I hope you guys understand, but I promise second, third, fourth week of January. Also, I'm restarting another quarter of school. So once I get my head fully in the game and fully cleared mind and take those first few weeks to heal and develop good habits and plan a lot, your girl will be back. And of course, like I said, I have a lot of things more that I want to talk to you guys about. I have so much that I just want to open up about in 2018, and I don't want to hold back anymore. I want to be myself. I want to make the videos that I want to make. I don't want to let anything get to me if a video doesn't do well as I thought it would, or anything like that, because it can only go up from here, and only good can come. So I gotta stop beating myself up. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you all so much, and I really do hope you had an amazing year. And if you didn't, that you go into next year with me feeling inspired. We can help each other. You know, I'm definitely going to talk about my journey with all of this for sure, as going into the next year. And I just want to thank you for all your constant love and support. Just seeing a lot of supporters that have been with me from day one still here, it just really means a lot. And thank you guys. You know, this is a hard time in my life. Like, I'm growing up into the person that I want to become, and it's a lot of change. It's a lot of whipping back and forth. So I love you all so much. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, and before I forget, Happy New Year. I hope you all have an amazing New Year's Eve, whatever your festivities are. Make sure to be safe, spend it with loved ones, start that year off with good people, good vibes, and yeah, bye everyone.